Funerals are being held across Myanmar after the country witnessed its bloodiest day since the February 1 coup. Among those killed was a 13-year-old boy. Emotional family members and friends of San WION, who was killed on Saturday, gathered around his coffin and wept. Barricades had been set up in the area where the boy was playing in a back street. According to local residents, the troops opened fire without any provocation. In Bhamo Township in Kachin State, family and friends paid their last respects to a 36-year-old woman who was shot dead the day before on the worst day for bloodshed since the military took power 2 months ago. According to the broadcaster, the Democratic Voice of Burma, after her death, the military took her body and refused to return it until her family members signed a statement saying her death was not caused by soldiers. In a separate incident near Yangon, security forces opened fire at a funeral. There was no immediate report of casualties in the firing on the funeral. This was in the town of Bago. Witnesses have said that people had gathered to mourn a 20-year-old who was shot dead during the protests. Now, the report we're about to show you is the proof that the world needs to see. The visuals reveal how the Myanmar military is hunting down anti-coup demonstrators in the streets. A note of caution for our viewers, some may find the visuals to be disturbing. These are images from the city of Matkina. The visuals are from Saturday, which was the bloodiest day since the coup, when 114 pro-democracy protesters were shot dead by the authorities. These visuals reveal how the Myanmar military soldiers took aim and deliberately shot the protesters. It shows how the aim of the Myanmar military was not just to control the protest, but to eliminate anyone who stood in their way. The visuals show police both in uniforms and plain clothes opening fire on the protesters. In footage shared with Reuters, protesters were seen carrying out injured people in Halang Township in the Yangon region. Due to the sensitive nature of the visuals, we cannot put them on air. But protesters could be seen ducking and taking cover amid sounds of gunfire as the military closed in around them. Opponents of the ruling junta mourned the killings of at least 114 people by the security forces, but vowed to keep protesting to end the army rule. Children were among those killed on Saturday, which was also Myanmar Armed Forces Day. The UN investigator accused the army of carrying out mass murder. Let's get in a further perspective now from Tun Khin, president of Burmese Rohingya organization in the UK, joining us on the broadcast. Thanks very much for speaking with us. Now the security forces have opened fire at a funeral that was held for one of the protesters who were killed during the anti-coup demonstrations. 114 people killed on Saturday. Is the global outrage and the condemnation working?
Not really, not at all, not at all. You can see every day Burmese military terrorists killing the people of Burma. We are mourning, every day. Even they're not sparing 5-year-old children and 7-year-old children are killed by Burmese military. Yesterday, Saturday, the bloodiest day. Shame on this military. While they are celebrating Armed Forces Day, they killed at least 114 people alone on just yesterday. I feel pain for the families of these victims. It's unbelievable what is happening. It's been like almost 2 months, military killing every day the people of Burma. We need international solidarity and action immediately. It's not a time to release a statement, condemnation. No more at all. We want to see emergency summit, ASEAN, China, and CRPH, US, those kind of dialogue we need to open up to get rid of these military criminals and terrorists from Burma. They are terrorists. They are killing every day, the people of Burma, I have no word to express. What I can see in Facebook, through my friends, I'm receiving videos, pictures, is very disturbing. How international community can ignore it? It's been 2 months. How many dead bodies they want to see on the streets of Rangoon, Mandalay, and other parts of Burma, to take action from international community. We appreciate sanctions against military and sanctions against military-related companies. That is good, but we want to see much more action because the people of Burma really need international community help, action,
Right. Tonkin, when you say international action, what's the concrete measures you're talking about here? What sort of intervention are you hopeful of?
First thing, they have to hold a meeting, emergency summit, what UN Special Reporter called for, Tom Andrews. ASEAN, China, US, and CRPH committee representing Pitu Ludo, which is legal government. Military is illegally, seize the power. So you need to sit down and, intervene to the country. Our responsibility to protect is very important, or any other ways. And Secretary General should visit to Burma immediately. UN Secretary General, we can see his condemnation, same as everyone doing. He can do much more than that. UN Security Council members can do much more than anyone. Like US, UK, they have to go to as a delegation, to Burma to see to what is happening. They should meet the leaders, and they should meet CDM movement group and Generation Z and other leaders in Burma, ethnic leaders, to get rid of this military, because Burma, this military enjoying impunity for many years. We can see only this Yangon Mandalay last few days. It's been happening against Rohingya and other minorities, Kachin, Karen, Rakhine, Shin, and Shan, many years, many decades. They are enjoying impunity. They can go along with these matters. They can kill anyone. This is the problem. International community, let them to move forward. So international community have to come forward, intervene to stop, killing against the people of Burma. They're killing their own citizens. Instead of protecting, they are killing their own citizen of Burma. Can you believe it? So how could be like at least 500 people almost now killed in last 2 months? So we have seen a statement after a statement. That is not enough, to be honest. I appreciate, because I cannot pay. I have no more patience already when I can see the people, our brothers and sisters from Burma, they are dying every day on the streets of Rangoon, Mandalay, Mongyua, and Sagaing Basin, everywhere. It's everywhere. They kill in every city, at least 40 cities. They kill about 114 people yesterday alone. Can you imagine? Even the men, women, and children, indiscriminately, they are shooting with a sniper. Where is the international community? We should do much. You can do much more than that. You have done other countries when these problems happen. Why are you ignoring this? You international community ignore genocide against Rohingya. Now they are killing the people of Burma again. Military is command enemy of the people of Burma. So we must fight command enemy. And also, we are very, very surprised, it's very unacceptable. China, India, Pakistan and other countries supporting military, joining with these criminals yesterday, Military Armed Force Day. This is very disgusting, to be honest. Thank you.
Tonkin, appreciate very much joining us on the broadcast with those perspectives. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.